Hey guys, today's video is finally going to be talking to you and sharing with you all about my Makeup Forever Artist eyeshadows. And this is my collection. I have just this, not just this, but I have these right here to show you swatches of. And if you want to fast forward, go ahead, because I am going to talk just a little bit about these if you're not familiar with them as far as price point and bundling them to get a discount and all that stuff. So go ahead and fast forward if you just want to see swatches. That's totally fine. Anyway, Makeup Forever eyeshadows. I have just fallen in love with these. Hook, line, sinker. Absolutely love them. They are an investment at $21 a piece per eyeshadow, which I'm going to talk about how to get them at a discount if you're not familiar. So let's go ahead and talk about price, because that's probably one of the most important things about them. So they are $21 each. Now you do get quite a large pan. You get 2 grams per pan, and I'm just going to show you how they come, because you also need to get a palette, an empty palette to put them in. So that's also something that you might want to take into consideration when, you know, budgeting to purchase these, if you are. So it comes in the little box like that, and then it comes in this little, it's kind of a heavy duty plasticky cartridge, I suppose that's what you would call it. So it just comes like that. Now, I really don't recommend keeping these in here. In fact, I highly recommend putting them in a palette, a nice palette. I love the Z palette personally, because this actually comes off really easily. And when you're investing that much into a fabulous quality product that will last you forever, because they're so huge and so pigmented, you want to invest in a house, a nice house, aka a palette, an empty palette for them. So it's very important not to be overlooked when incorporating the price of everything together. So they're $21 each. Now, never ever pay $21 per eyeshadow. That's ridiculous, because you can bundle and actually get them at a discounted price. And I recommend doing 3 at a time. So I shop online because I just like to shop online. I shop through Ebates. They always have cash back at Sephora. I'll leave the link below, my affiliate link, if you want to check it out. But you know, it's another way to save on the price. So anyway, I add 3 to my cart, and then I add 3 eyeshadows I add to my cart, and then I add an empty palette. This is the empty Makeup Forever palette. This is $1, and you can get the 3. They have a duo, which is 2, or they have just like a little single one. So whatever one you want to get, but if you're adding 3 eyeshadows to your cart, why not get this for $1? And then, I mean, if you have a lot like I do, I like to have this in a Z palette because I don't want to have like a ton of these. You know what I mean? I can just see it all. I like to have them all out in front of me. That's how I get more use out of my products. You guys feel me on that one? So $21 times 3 plus 1, $64. When you add 3 eyeshadows and 1 of these empty palettes to your cart, it will automatically give you a $20 discount. So that brings the price down to $44. And if you take 44 and divide it by 3, the exact price that you'll pay per eyeshadow is $14.66, which is obviously much better than paying $21 per eyeshadow. I know you get a discount when you buy 2. If you add 2 eyeshadows to your cart and then 1 of the empty palettes for $1, I think that's like a $10 discount, but this is the best way to get the biggest discount per pan. So, you know, if you compare it to a MAC eyeshadow in the pan like this is $10, but it's smaller. Not that, I mean, the size is great. You get a lot of bang for your buck, but I personally wouldn't mind like a smaller eyeshadow, because I know that I will never ever probably hit pan on these because they are so huge, and I am trying to filter out and answer any questions that I know I might get. So as far as comparing the quality of the Makeup Forever Artist shadows to, I know some people have asked comparing it to the Anastasia Beverley Hills single eyeshadows, which I do have a whole video on that if you want to check that out. Those are pretty close in price, I want to say, and those are smaller. And if I had to choose one, which I do love those Anastasia ones, let me show you what I'm talking about. So these are my Anastasia eyeshadows. Again, I have a whole video. I will link it below if you want to see swatches of these. And so these are the Makeup Forever ones. So you can see, let me show you here. So you can see the size difference. Just as a reference, the Anastasia eyeshadows are $12 each. Otherwise, you can bundle and get them at a discounted price depending on how many you get. You can get 4 for $40 or 8 for $70. So, and those are 1.7 grams. And again, these are 2 grams. So not that big of a difference. I thought it was a bigger difference than that, but anyway, I will link to my blog post with the information. I'm actually just looking at my blog post on my phone. So I have information all about the Anastasia ones in the video as well. So just because I don't want this video to be too long, but I want it to be cohesive. I want it to be like try to answer any questions. But of course, if I miss something, which I'm sure I will, leave questions below. I mean, I know that people are asking or have asked in comparing these Makeup Forever Artist shadows to MAC eyeshadows to Anastasia eyeshadows to Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I mean, in my personal opinion, I'm not probably the best person to ask because I love makeup and I like doing reviews for you guys. That's kind of what I do here on YouTube. That's what I love to do. But I like having a variety. I like having the options for more shade extensions or lines of different colors. So while you can find similar colors in each different brand, I just like having the option. But this is a hard question to ask any makeup lover, like which brand out of all of these, number one would probably be Makeup Geek. That's for the price, that's for the quality, that's for the company, the customer service, everything. I mean, these are $6, $5.99 each. Plus the price of the Z palette. So I'll link Makeup Geek below. And I am going to be doing my Makeup Geek eyeshadow collection and swatches. That might be a couple parts because I think I have like 50 of them. I was actually taking notes and getting that video ready. So I will probably get that video up just maybe a week or so after this video is live. So you guys can see those. So Makeup Geek would be number one. And then number two, I would probably have to go with Makeup Forever Artist shadows. Number 3 would be MAC, and then number 4, just based on the price and all that, would be Anastasia. But I love them all and you wouldn't be disappointed with any of them. But if I had to break it down, because I know you guys will ask, I know some of you will ask, that's where I'm at with that. And obviously you have to take into consideration that the Anastasia ones thus far, I don't believe they might be at select Macy's or Nordstrom's. I can't remember. I will have all that stuff on that Anastasia blog post as far as availability, but I know some people love to just go and touch and swatch and actually see it first before they buy it. I don't mind buying stuff online. I actually kind of prefer shopping online, absolutely, but I like just picking off of, looking up swatches, watching videos, and, just choosing that way. So I don't mind that, but if you want to actually see the colors before you buy them, then MAC is going to be good. Makeup Forever is going to be good to an extent because in some Sephora's they have Makeup Forever eyeshadows, the artist shadows, but they don't have the entire collection. At least I know at the Sephora's that I've been to, they just have a select few. And by a select few, I mean a select few because there are I think they launched over, I can't remember, it's in the hundreds. They launched like over 100 Makeup Forever eyeshadows, which is insane. So anyway, as far as finishes go, and then I think that's about all I wanted to talk about, and then we'll do swatches. So as far as the finishes go of the Makeup Forever, I believe there's like 5 or 6 finishes that I know they have mattes, which I do have matte. They have satin. I do have some satin. Metallic. I have a couple metallic finishes, diamond, and then iridescent. Those are the finishes that I have. So I don't think there's any other finishes to choose from. But don't quote me, I could be wrong. And then if you're shopping on the Sephora website, and I have a whole blog post all about the numbering and stuff, so I'll link to that, but I think I can put a screenshot of the Sephora website in the video, so hopefully I can put that here. But basically you have all the shades, they're like in little squares, and they start at the top in the 100s, and then the shades it goes from like white colors all the way down to like purple colors, so they actually go in 100s, so 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s, 500, all the way up to I think 900. So and then they're numbered with names. So when you buy the pan, they only come with the numbers. Like it only says the numbers, and then it has the letter abbreviation. So for M, that means matte. So this is M726. So that's all that it has on there. But on the Sephora website, it has the name. So the name is Sienna, but it's not printed on there. So I just take a little skinny Sharpie marker and write the name, because I'm just more of a name person versus a number person. So I've actually purchased the same one twice accidentally a couple times, because I only was going off the number and that was just too confusing for me. So I just like the name versus number. I could be crazy, but I'm sure some of you can relate. So anyway, that's something to keep in mind. So I is iridescent, D is diamond, ME is metallic, and S is satin. I feel like my collection is pretty well rounded as far as colors go. I don't have a ton of dark, super dark colors. Like I don't have any blacks, just because that's not my personal taste. I feel like my choices are very neutral, and I hope that that will give you an idea. Of course, I wanted to get most neutral eyeshadows when I'm spending, you know, close to $15 given the discount on these. I want to get colors that I can just wear all the time. These, I just have to say, like, they blend so beautifully. They're just a dream to work with. They absolutely are. They're so beautiful to work with. I think if you invest in some of these, you absolutely will not be disappointed. And they just are easy to work with. I mean, they just blend so easily, and they're just easy and wonderful products. So I think that's everything I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, and I like to go over like just the close-up of the eyeshadows, which I will do that. And I like to go over them a couple times because you guys have said that that's helpful. And then I will do swatches on my hand, and then that should be basically the video. So we will zoom in and do swatches. So here is the first palette. A nice variety of colors. They're, I mean, pretty neutral, obviously, like I said. And there it is. Here is the second palette that I have. I'm going to use the brush as the pointer. So first up is I-524 Pinky Beige. So again, the I stands for iridescent finish. Then right up there is also I-414 Yellow Ivory. I-514 Pink Ivory, M, which is a matte finish, 600 Pink Brown, M664 Fawn, M536 Milk Tea, I-544 Pink Granite, and the brightest, lightest, widest one right there is a metallic finish, which is ME for metallic, ME122 Snow. Right there is I-526 Pearl Beige. And last on the middle row is M870 Yogurt. Alright, so on the bottom row, this one is I-606 Pinky Earth. S, so satin finish, S610 Almond. And then right there is M726 Sienna. Alright, so there are the first 5. That top row for swatches. Right on top there is I-524 Pinky Beige. Right here is I-414 Yellow Ivory. I-514 Pink Ivory. M600 Pink Brown. And M664 Fawn. So there they are again. So there they all are side by side. Okay, here we are with the second batch. You can see all 5 there. Up on top is 536 Milk Tea, which milk tea, by the way, is like a perfect blending or transition color in the crease for fair skin girls. I-544 Pink Granite, ME, so metallic finish, 122 Snow, I-526 Pearl Beige, and then M870 Yogurt. So there they are. And then there are the last three. So we have on top I-606 Pinky Earth, S or Satin Finish 610 Almond. And then on the bottom is M726 Sienna. Alright, so palette number 2 up on top right here is M650 Cookie, I872 Pearl Pink, ME for Metallic Finish 512 Golden Beige, and then D for Diamond Finish, D868 Crystalline Pink, and then last on the top row is D316 Crystalline Pinky Green. In the second row, the first one is S642 Sahara, and then S560 Taupe, M660 Speculous, ME644 Iced Brown, and then D504 Celestial Beige. The last row down on the bottom is, this first one is ME554 Gunmetal. This one is I508 Olive Beige, I550 Olive Gray, which doesn't really look like it's an olive gray. And then the last one in this palette, which is my favorite, is I542 Pinky Clay. Okay, so there are the first 5 for swatches. So up on top is M650 Cookie. The second one down is I872 Pearly Pink, ME512 Golden Beige. The last two are diamond finish, so you can see there's a little bit more of a chunky glitter. So that one is D868 Crystalline Pink. And then at the bottom is that beautiful D316 Crystalline Pinky Green. So there they are. For the next batch, up on top is S642 Sahara, S560 Taupe, M660 Speculous, ME644 Iced Brown, and then D504 Celestial Beige. That is a very neutral row. Neutral but pretty. Alright, and there is the last row. Up on top is ME554 Gunmetal, I508 Olive Beige, I550 Olive Gray, and last is I542 Pinky Clay. Alright guys, so those are the swatches, and that was kind of the wrap up, an overview, a little review, and information about the product, the Makeup Forever Artist Shadows. I hope this was helpful for you. And then I would love to know like what your favorite colors are, if you have some, and what your favorite colors are, or if you're planning to get any based off of my recommendations and my favorites. But otherwise, I will link any related videos that I talked about and blog posts. I'll link those below. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you aren't subscribed already, I would love for you to subscribe and join my YouTube family. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.